Good trick?
Fair as might be. Only a cabin boy for crew. That steam tub of yours. Back at work yet?
Subject to sea trials and surveyor's clearance. Alongside number 4.
Not before time. Well, got a cargo yet?
Got a promise of cotton goods to Jamaica.
Promise? Promises won't pay for a new boiler.
All paid for, James.
£500.
800, including the refit. And more to follow. Enough to buy back your half share.
All right. Robbed the bank, have you?
Bequest from a beloved aunt.
Oh, I see. So, the Burgess family are not all wastrels. Well, mister, happen I don't want to sell. Why do you think I bought that half share off your charity? I've carried you for 6 months, partner. What yield have I seen so far?
How about a year's contract to ferry 500 tons of China clay a month?
Oh, well.
Imperial Staffs.
A big party.
All set up with the agent. He's in the pub round the corner. Cost me a fortune getting him sweet for you. My money, not yours.
All right.
The master docked this morning, so we shall be back directly. Ma'am. Will you see if the carriage is waiting, Mrs. Gibson?
Madam! Mrs. Onedin!
What now? Oh, my goodness.
A fine homecoming for the master.
Well, is it a contract or is it not?
Subject only to approving. Ron, yes.
Eh?
China clay is very...
Don't tell me about China clay. You shall have it. Dry and clean and fast. Now, what else?
Nevertheless, the new owners of the pottery insist on approving, Ron.
Somebody else after it, is that it?
I was told to get 2 tenders for the contract.
Who is it then, eh? Oh, no proving run unless I know who I'm running against.
Captain Nicholas Summers.
Oh, that's old rogue. So what have we got available then, eh?
How about the one you're just unloading?
Now, she's already spoken for. More through. How about the Angela?
Clear at number 15 wharf.
Right, you tell your people, the Angela, under Captain Watson, ready to load in 3 days' time, 250 tons.
Are you sure you want to use this?
I'd finished with it anyway. Oh, come on, I'll take that, Mrs. Gibson. There, come on. Oh, that's a good girl. There. Yep, that's the boy. Isn't that lovely? Right. What's this? Oh, Elizabeth. Trouble. Mrs. Gibson, take this lot and burn it, will you?
Madam, a foundling?
Just look at her. Yet from her teeth, I'd say she's all of 12 months.
Madam, this is Lizzie. Her man went off for her fortune in London, and I cannot manage no more. Please help. Obliging us, Betsy.
Betsy? One of my factory girls, as was.
And now?
Indulging in a more profitable trade.
Oh. Well, what will you do? No more had I until this morning. It's the Chamber of Commerce annual ball. Samuel's on the committee. That fire in the corn hall last weekend. Sarah's house would have suited, but of course she's still away in Bath.
And so?
And so, please, dear, sweet Aunt Elizabeth, come to the rescue. Can we use your house?
Oh, well, that was exceedingly handsome of you, Elizabeth.
Well, it's there, fully big enough.
I could that.
That lazy swabble found it up for sure. I keep telling you to get shot of it.
Which is why I'm going along with him.
Why not save yourself the trouble?
Because I've got another job for you elsewhere. On land.
Damn it, I've only just got myself back to sea. What's wrong with them?
Well,
No sign of Mrs. Onedin on the quay.
right. I want you to see the man of his rig, especially when they come up with hefty bequests from some beloved aunt.
Sarah?
It's a mystery, Letty. The Great Bath Mystery.
Back in just over a week, she told me.
That's right. Take the waters, see the caves, spend a day with her cousins, and she expects to be back here by Thursday last.
How odd.
Well, as you know, she was going to move some of her things into my house this weekend.
James!
Wondered why you weren't at docks to meet me.
There is a reason.
Hello, Elizabeth. How are you?
Very well, thank you, James. Did you have a good trip?
I picked myself up a fruit contract.
Oh, more profitable than guns, I hope.
Here, enough of that now. Thank you, Mrs. Gibson. Hello, what's this? Our Annie. Hey, up, she's losing weight. That's not her.
She's the reason I didn't meet you.
Betsy. Lass's left factory to go whoring.
James!
What? Listen, our Annie uses that cot when she's here.
Betty can be washed.
I mustn't go.
You don't know what's
finished.
that child.
Letty's going to try and place the child at St. George's, James.
Oh, fine. Here, why not take her with you now?
No. Acceptance depends on the director of the orphanage, not the governess. Remember, yes, I will. James, too. Easy now, James.
Hey? No, what's this about Saturday?
Chamber of Commerce Ball.
Oh, now to do with Elizabeth?
To be held at her house. As a favour to Samuel.
Oh, I suppose she wants us there, then.
It's a long time since we danced together, James.
I wonder the way Trey's been looking recently.
Well, that's so bad we shouldn't enjoy ourselves once in a while, surely.
No. 25, 30 ships laid idle in Mersey for lack of cargoes.
Well, none of yours.
No, going to be neither. I'm going to miss a contract for the sake of Chamber of Commerce, Paul.
Contract?
Aye.
James, you're not off again.
All right, don't worry. Well, I should be back within the week. Look, I'm chasing this clay contract for Imperial Stuffs.
Last month, fruit. Now clay.
And out, as soon as maybe.
She's not the only one, you know.
What does that mean?
Scores of waifs around Sailor Town. Ragged, half-starved, ganged up like stray dogs. Homeless.
How do you know so much about it?
It's true. True for anyone with eyes to see.
You've not been down there on
Question
your
is,
own,
what's to
have
be
you?
done about it?
Well, ask people at your precious ball.
I'm asking you.
Look, all I know is that she's out by the time I get back. Else I'll put her out myself.
Charity, sir. Charity for the lambs of Jesus.
Claret, Captain Summers?
Just tell me what's up, man. I've ballasting to see to if I'm to catch that tide.
Aye. Someone else to see to before you sail.
What's that then?
Here. Others after that contract besides you.
What? Look, I'm not paying you a cut to have some damn steam owner muscle in.
Not Steam.
Well, who is it then? Who's the opposition?
Onedin.
Sending Will Baines, is he?
Worst luck, Watson. In the Angela. Right now, ballasting at number 15. Just in case you should want a quiet word.
Mr. Mate! Pick up the slack.
Ports are no good, Watson. Places where ships rot and men go to the devil. Let's check the hold.
It's checked.
With Nick Summers chasing this contract, we'll reach out.
What for?
Oh, water seepage. Faulty gear. Anything that might slow us up. Summers won't miss a train, Captain. No more can we. Right. Spread these ballast storms more evenly.
Wilson, out down here. Highway.
Hit heavy weather and they'll shift all over the place. Got you, old Nick.
What's that look?
Sabotage, that's what.
Tar?
Set all ready to spill the moment we put the ship on a starboard tack.
Mr. Onedin.
Yeah, tar over this old. You can kiss that clay contract goodbye.
I was down here this morning, Mr. Onedin. Damn it, I checked.
And so did friend Summers check after you.
Leaving?
Now, while he's off to Cornwall.
But
Your father was suspicious about the 800 for the refit.
This lot's in cash, like you said. Well, so why can't you simply buy back his half share in cash and then run coastal freight out of Liverpool?
Because your father won't sell back. The best I can manage is to leave him his half with his solicitors and then trade around the Med for a while until he cools off.
The Mediterranean? Well, you're running away.
Only to dodge my ex-partner for a while.
And what about your new partner?
It's all signed, registered, a legal agreement.
And worth what once you're off to the sunny Mediterranean?
Charlotte.
No!
The birth of our trading enterprise. Your idea.
I don't want you going away.
We'll get precious little trading by staying at home, lass.
Held 2 points porter.
That'll bring us on to Scummer Island.
Inside scope.
Between it and Wooltack Point.
Serve us about 3 miles seaway.
And rip a bottom out.
There's my bottom to rip out if I so wish, Mr. Watson. Yeah, better than a Chamber of Commerce ball, eh?
Carriage, Alice.
Sir, I shall take a sherry first, thank you.
You'd be wise to stick to punch tonight.
Miss Aunt Elizabeth's champagne?
These aren't frivolous folk, Charlotte. I'd thank you to remember that and behave with
As the wife of the future Lord Mayor of Liverpool?
Charlotte, I know you've no mind for these matters, but the plain fact is I'm a shade overextended just now. So tonight I intend to tap a few shoulders and drop a few reminders.
And it won't help to have a tipsy wife.
Please.
Carriage, sir.
We're just coming, Alice.
As it happens, I too have some business riding on this evening.
Come along, lass.
I'm moving into steam.
What?
Steam.
Where is he?
I should think rounding the lizard just about now.
Oh, really?
Sorry. Has our patron arrived yet?
No, but your hostess is here and all but run ragged. Yes, of course.
Charlotte.
A dance, Samuel? How considerate of you.
Oh, very well. Come on, then. There's the Viscount now. Come along. Your Lordship.
Onedin.
The Earl of Marston?
My father sends his apologies and his deputy. I'm afraid his health fluctuates in direct proportion with his social commitments. Might I be privileged to meet our hostess?
Why, yes, of course.
Lady Fogarty.
Yes. My paternal aunt, as it happens.
Oh, really?
So, Aunt Elizabeth, our deputy patron, Viscount.
Oh, how careless.
Touché, Lady Fogarty.
Why, it's the mud-flinging bog trotter. Had I realised, you would have had the whole bowl over you.
A reasonable quid pro quo.
Just don't expect a tail suit from Lee's.
The coat was acceptable?
It restored my wardrobe, if not my dignity. Would you be so good as to show our deputy patron to the cloakroom?
Lady. I'm bound to admit it, Lady Fogarty.
Yes?
Always admire a woman who can throw a good punch.
You do realise he's heir to one of the richest coal empires in the whole
Yes, your mother did tell me, Samuel, and long overdue for his baptism.
You mean you spilt that on purpose?
Don't you think you ought to go and dance with Charlotte? You know how little head she has for wine.
Thank you, Mr. Dunwoody. I'd no idea that dancing was one of your accomplishments.
But with such a partner, who would not appear accomplished, Mrs. Onedin? Thank you.
Are you by any chance free for the next dance?
Oh, I'm so out of breath.
From what Lady Fogarty tells me, I think you'd find Mr. Jonas a most interesting partner.
Oh, humiliating me in public, understood?
If that's what you think, then you leave me no choice. Good night.
Ciao.
Fair, sir, fair. You pass for a coal merchant.
And you. For the daughter of a ship's chandler. May the patron of the ball claim his privilege with the hostess.
Mr. Dunwoody,
Why, Captain Baines.
could you help me find Mr. Samuel, please?
Oh, certainly. Just hold on a moment, will you? But mark you, acceptance of the child would be subject to the usual inspection.
I see.
Might I suggest a call at your house?
Tomorrow?
Is Sunday. Might we say Monday PM?
Indeed.
Now then, as to the child's antecedents, its origins.
Well, you see...
Where did it come from?
Why, Captain Baines?
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Onedin. Excuse me, sir.
What is it?
It's an urgent matter, ma'am. Urgent confidential.
Mr. Jonas?
To the Mediterranean. Aye. To the Mediterranean. And all who sail her. Alice! Quickly!
What else do you know of me? You seek out my parental origins, you seek out my livery maker. What else, pray?
I had no need to seek fire, I do assure you. Not with your name so constantly on the lips of Liverpool society.
Ah, a gossip monger to boot, eh?
Not quite a
A
gossip.
pursuit of the idle and vulgar, sir.
Also of the curious.
Really? Curious perhaps about my husband?
Mr. Gladstone and his cronies interest me far less, Lady Fogarty, than the refinements of steam.
Refinements.
You are, so the gossip has it, the driving force behind the Fraser Murchison line. At risk of appearing mercenary, as well as an idle bog-trotting gossip monger, I must confess to a commercial interest.
Oh, well,
In short, I should deem it a considerable privilege to call on you under less social circumstances and draw upon your expert knowledge.
of course.
As a coal merchant, I have frequent use for steam colliers. Now,
Your Lordship.
Onedin.
Concerning the proposal of the royal toast. Aunt Letty, please.
Something. Thank you.
To business?
To business.
Merely business. She simply invested some money in steam.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, Charlotte's probably in bed. Alice!
Sir?
Oh, there you are. Is Madam in bed?
No, sir.
Oh? Well, where then?
Took the carriage, sir.
I've decided, Seth. I'm coming with you.
On the Black Pearl?
In my ship too, isn't she? I'm sailing with you.
But you can't.
There won't be another chance for me. I've made up my mind.
Listen, Charlotte, you do this and they'll not take you back.
I'll not want to go back. Ever.
But think of your family, your husband.
Husband? Samuel has never been a real husband to me.
Here, get this down you.
Convenience, you know that.
Aye, but your children.
Aunt Sarah and Letty will love and cherish them.
This is a big step you're taking, Charlotte.
I know.
I mean, I've scant prospects to offer you. A cramped working ship, no cargo spoken.
Never mind that. There's these to sell if we have to.
Listen, are you quite sure?
Yes. We're two of a kind. We'll be good for one another. Take me, Seth. Please.
Yes. Yes, by heaven I will.
Right, time, gentlemen.
Full head of steam and all hatches buttoned. Then off with you and find the pilot. By heaven, Charlotte Onedin, I will take you.
Looks a good place to moor. The ship and taking the slack.
What's that for?
Precautions.
Against what? She's well marked. We don't need an anchor out.
Oh, don't we? Well, I've got another one out aft. I want her doubly secure before he arrives.
But when someone's moved here, if we've laid out anchors far enough, they'll likely settle on one. Especially in this Cornish tide. You'll punch a damn great hole up through his hull.
Well, that's his lookout, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
No, you listen to me. He put tar in my hold. I'll put an anchor in his.
You can't do
You're
that.
uncommonly concerned for my arrival, aren't you?
I'll not see you spike another man's ship.
Well, then warn him off. Warn him off.
But if you can't load from here, where can you load from?
He can load in hell as far as I'm concerned. Them hooks stays put.
Well, well, well. She's gone, I hear.
Oh, news travels.
Captain Baines has a proper sense of duty. He informed us last night. Your Aunt Letty was all for giving chase then and there.
She didn't know, did she?
Captain Baines said you were against it. For heaven's sake, Samuel, why?
Well, what would you have me do? Swarm on board?
The children will, of course, come to me.
Oh, no.
Well, here is not the place for them, not now.
It's no different from how it has been. The amount she cared for them.
Your mother is due to move in with me. Where else should they be?
Here, with their father, that's where.
Samuel, this may be a harsh moment.
No, Robert took my name and he'll stay in this house.
No, Samuel.
Isn't it enough to lose my wife without having my children go as well?
He's holed himself.
And you to thank for it.
Wasn't my hook that did the damage. Won't get himself much of a clay cargo now, will he?
If you hadn't laid out anchors far enough, he could have moved properly alongside. You play dirty, Mr. Onedin.
Wet's a lot less dirty than tar, mister.
Granted, it was never the most successful of marriages. That much was obvious to all of us.
With respect, Aunt, you're hardly one to criticise.
I'm not criticising. On the contrary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm simply saying we have to review the situation and be practical.
They stay here, and that's final.
Mrs. Onedin and Captain Baines.
Letty. Samuel. Captain Baines says it still may not be too late, assuming they head through the Menai Strait.
No.
Well, there's just not yourself to think of here, Samuel.
Uncle James wants to go chasing after her. That's his affair.
When is he due back?
Captain?
At the earliest Tuesday night. Given a fair wind, that is.
No way of contacting him before?
I could try a cable to Cornwall. I reckon to be loading by now and sailing when that's finished.
Well, then there's precious little to gain by it.
Well, I can't see Mr. Onedin chasing after young Burgess. Least of all with a handy clay contract to win from Imperial staffs.
You deliberately stove me in.
Oh, is that so?
All right, axle of one of them trucks was clean through my hogpiece.
Well, then you should have known better than to anchor off the end of that wharf. I mean, obviously any trucks falling over the end would fall in just there.
My ship would have been lying right here at your... I'll have you, Onedin.
Oh, anytime, Summers, anytime.
Well, I'm obliged to Mr. Jonas. My husband would not have been best pleased to have found us still here.
Well, then let us hope there was no impediment. Now then, as to antecedents.
A foundling left at my door.
Now, not infrequently, there was a note.
Oh, no. How did I put it? Ah. There.
Thank you. Betsy?
A former employee.
No.
I'm afraid fallen in circumstances.
The Imam offer her fortune in London. Well, there's really only one fortune I know that would attract a Liverpool woman down there, I fear, ma'am.
What of it, Mr. Jonas?
Regrettably, at St. George's, we have a definite rule.
Oh?
Excluding such offspring.
Hard on the likes of little Lizzie, isn't it?
I'm afraid with so many contenders and so few vacancies.
Case of the sins of the mother being visited on the child.
Bound to exercise priorities, ma'am.
And of course, being a respectable Christian institution, you would never compromise your moral standing. Not for a child born of a sinful union. Perhaps you missed what our good Lord had to say about fallen women, Mr. Jonas?
Please, ma'am. Mrs. Onedin.
Yes.
Exclusion has nothing whatsoever to do with moral constraints.
Then what?
50 children, ma'am. 50 children. The well-being of 50 children to be considered. It's a heavy responsibility.
Are you suggesting that
Contagion. Spreading unseen from child to child.
Do you fancy that I'd risk such a thing? Well, that child is free of infection. Free.
You can be so sure.
In the opinion of Dr. Porton, one of the finest, if not the most costly, practitioner in Liverpool, yes.
Nevertheless, where there is a rule.
Was.
I'm sorry.
Was a rule, Mr. Jonas. It no longer applies, not to this little girl, any road. Not if you want to look for one jot more patronage from either Lady Fogarty or Mrs. Sarah Onedin. Dr. Porton's certificate of health. Now, I'll thank you to take it. And that poor child. And we'll have no more said of rules or exclusions.
Very well, Nurse.
Running free, eh? Well, Pottery wanted a proving run. Oh, yet they're going to get it.
Do you want a cup of tea?
I'd as soon take a whiskey, thank you.
Well, looks of you, you'd best do without. Whiskey won't bring her back.
I told you I don't want her back.
Ah, so you did. Well, nor will it heal the wounds. What news from the bank? Has she taken it all?
I know enough. You're needing shares as well. Oh, well, I'll not deny that, Aunt Letty. I drove it to her.
Oh, I'm talking about Charlotte. Running off like that, looking for excitement, a new life.
Happen he'll give her more than I ever did.
Well, now, you listen to me, Samuel. The only thing that man loves Charlotte for is her money.
Aye, maybe. Oh, as if all this wasn't enough.
Well, is there something else?
Problems with the bank.
How much?
4,000 would see me right. 1% a month, fair?
I'll want no interest, Samuel.
Oh, no, let's be
Just
sensible.
a promise. You will honour all the conditions on the sale of that factory, including the 50-hour a week for my women. Done?
Done. Come on. I'll soon you had them as her, if you can manage it.
You reckon you'll get 'em back easier from me, do you?
I reckon.
Never.
3 out of commission.
And nothing promised for the Queen Antonia. Hard times, my lady.
Yes, thanks to Mr. Gladstone and his profligate fiscal policies.
As you say.
So, what we need is 1 or 2 long-haul contracts in, say, coal.
Now, that would help. Fraser Murchison line. One moment, please. The Viscount Marston, my lady.
Good afternoon. Yes, that would be convenient. Here at the office? Yes, of course. Goodbye.
Coming here?
As I was saying, Dunwoody, 1 or 2 handy contracts in coal.
Letty! I'm home! Letty!
Yes?
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, James!
Letty, I thought I told you.
Don't you
No,
even
I meant
know-
what I said.
James!
Oh, damn me. Come on, it's all nothing, I tell you. I can't even think this
You
morning.
know your own granddaughter.
Oh, Randy. Oh, damn me.
Oh, James!
A glass, sir.
Not at the moment, thank you. I'm here to consult, not socialize.
No better authority could you come to than her ladyship. Excuse me.
Here, you can take this wretched toll with you. It records a rather dismal turn in our freight fortunes.
Merely reflecting the general trend in trade, surely.
With the notable exception of the coal and steel industries.
Indeed. Courtesy as ever of our friends from across the Atlantic.
Yes, sir. That is where the future lies.
Thank you, Mr. Dunwoody. You've travelled to America?
10 years breaking it in, ma'am. Logging, ranching, panning for gold, Indian hunting.
So that's where you learnt your riding manners.
Ma'am, if I'd afford to splash you like that in the States, I could have looked for a bullet right here.
And deservedly.
Instead, I got the full force of your tongue. Far more devastating.
Just James, you'll wake Annie again.
I'll kill all that, Seth Burgess.
Shush.
Making off with my ship. And my daughter.
Leave you the money he owes, your half share.
My money. It's stolen from family.
Not in legal terms, it would seem.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
apparently he and Charlotte formed some sort of legal partnership.
Partnership?
Well, they formed a registered company as mercantile traders.
I'll give him mercantile
James,
trade.
there's something else.
Damn seducer, I'll run him down. Damn steamship owner.
James, are you all right?
Of course I'm not all right. My ship and my daughter all in one. Not to give anybody a touch of bile. Ah!
I use your colliers to ship my coal. You buy my steel for the Fogarty shipyard. That is what I call a proposition.
I'll get Dunwoody to draw up proposals.
Fine. Jove, I've kept you late.
In the best of mutual interests.
And all from that chance meeting.
Who would have thought it?
By the way, I bought a pottery firm recently. Imperial Staffs. Clay contract open for 500 tons a month, if you're interested.
Most definitely, yes.
I'm seeing the agent tomorrow, man by the name of Granger. I'll send him round with the contract in the morning.
Outfoxed that rogue Summers, got rid of Watson and had a rare trip home.
So that's it. You got the clay contract.
Aye. Signed with Imperial Staff tomorrow noon.
Good. And you're feeling better. Here, we'll get you another cup of tea.
What happened about that child? The orphanage taker?
Eventually, They were very set against it.
Well, horse child. Thought they'd object.
Oh, it's wicked, James. The poor mites aren't at fault. Why should they suffer for how they've come into the world?
Well, that's the way of it.
I thought I might do something about it.
Hmm?
Now, promise you'll hear me out.
Well, I'm listening, aren't I?
Well, since I sold the factory, I've got a tidy sum of money lying idle.
Aye, money must be made to work. Now, you put it into something.
Well, that's just what I intend doing. James, I want to start a home.
What?
A home for waifs and strays. Even for the children of fallen women.
Fallen women? Sluts and whores, you mean? Here, look, you start looking after their brats and you'll only encourage them.
Oh, that's rubbish, James, and well you know
It is not rubbish, Letty.
Oh, that's a pity, but the fact is I don't need either.
Oh. You're getting very single-minded these days.
By choice. Anyway, it'll keep me out of your hair. I'd rather do it with your approval, James.
Well, it is your money. You usually get your way.
James Onedin. I do